The adjustment. Gulzar. It was a mistake not to take Nana, our grandfather, to the funeral of our grandmother, our Nani. Go, take her away, whisper into her ears that I too am on the way, not far behind, tell her I will see her in the beyond. With heavy hearts, we hoisted Nana's bier over our shoulders. I turned to look, just once, and found Nana stepping away from the balcony into the room, pulling the door shut after him. He had lived with Nani for over half a century, seen her radiant face every day of those years. He must have been what, about 85, and yet he would find something to grumble at everything Nani did. He would keep quibbling with her, as if they were two people who had just married in the first flush of love and were still discovering each other. At times a petty quarrel would push them into long silence. They would stop talking to each other for days together. When we would try to intervene, all Nana would quip, "It happens, son, it happens, it takes time to adjust to each other." It was fun listening to him talk. Mother would always reprimand us, "You people provoke him, and my mother has to bear the brunt." Her mother means our Nani. And Nani would whoosh out a few words together from her toothless mouth, "Be grateful that I gave you two grandsons, now for the love of God, just shut up." My brother and I were at a very young, impressionable age when our father married a second time. He would often arrogantly parade into the house with his new wife. Mother was helpless. There was nothing she could do about it, but Nani fought with her, and scooped the two of us into her arms and brought us into her house, saying, "You want to rot here, do so. But I'm not letting my grandchildren stay here to get thrashed by their stepmother." If anyone got her way with Nana, it was Nani. She would tell it to his face, "You will regret it the day I die. You don't speak with the mother of these two children. They are also not going to talk to you. You will sit all by yourself in the balcony and bathe in the sun and your own loneliness." Nana would say, barely audibly, "I am older than you. You just wait and watch who's going to go first, you or I." She would simply say, "Yes, you will see. Just watch." And Nani really did leave before him. Nana became all the more irritable now, as if he had lost a wager. For a few days he took out his anger on his food. He would push away his plate and say, "Tell her I don't want to eat." He imprisoned himself in the bedroom. We removed a few of Nana's belongings to make the room livable for Nana, but he did not let us cart away Nana's bed. In a dry, hollow, coarse voice, he said, "Let it be, where else is she going to sleep?" The day we had to take Nana's ashes away for immersion, that day too Nana stayed locked in the room. When I went in, I found him sitting on her bed. He just touched the urn and said, "Take him away." All my life he just kept fighting with me. The shift was gradual. I did not pay much heed to it that first day, but later it became more evident. Another day I caught him taking Nana's cough syrup. He was measuring it by the capful, exactly the way Nani used to. I asked him, "What's that you are doing?" "What am I supposed to do then? This damn cough just doesn't let up." Exactly the same turn of phrase that Nani would have used. He paused, threw me a look and said, "When this bottle gets over, get me a new one." I was a little taken aback. I had never heard him coughing. But this was nothing compared to the shock he gave me a few days later. I told him, "Nana, let's go to a salon. You need a haircut." I insisted, if you don't want to go, then I will call a barber home. He did not even bother to look at me this time. He began to shake his head. No, no, he will kill me. He does not like my hair cut short. He will never approve. His intonation was nasal, exactly like Nani's. It seemed as if it was Nani who was speaking. I moved back, a little worried. I had a friend, Dr. K. D. Kamble, a psychiatrist. I called him over. He talked to Nana at length for hours. Most of the time, Nana kept quiet. He did not answer most of Dr. Kamble's queries. But when he did, he spoke like Nana normally did and in his own voice. Something else became evident too. To one of the numerous questions that Dr. Kamble asked him, he said, "This only she can answer. I will ask her when she comes." Dr. Kamble shot back, "Where has she gone?" The ends of his lips curled up a little in a smile. "Oh, she doesn't really ever tell me her whereabouts." When Nana left, Dr. Kamble said, "He does not perceive your Nani as dead. He has begun to live a double life. In fact, there's more of her and less of him. He has begun to think of himself as Nani. Whatever happens, it happens to her. She is the one who needs to be fed. She is the one who feels thirsty. She is the one who feels the pain. And it is she who takes the medicines. He only swallows the pills on her behalf." I drove the good doctor back to his home. He said that Nana was suffering from a sort of dissociative personality disorder. The condition was little understood, he said, and there was no sure cure for it. He said, "We will keep at it, do our best. But at your Nana's age, that kind of recovery is nearly impossible." As I was about to leave, he asked me, "Tell me one thing. How does it make any difference to you whether he is Nana or thinks himself to be Nani? How does it change anything whether he eats raita by staying your Nana or refuses to eat raita by morphing into your Nani? Let him live his life any way he wants to." I was late coming back home, but I did feel quite unburdened and a lot less worried by what Dr. Kamble had said. I thought the way Nana had made his adjustments with Nani, we too should make adjustments with him. I reached home. When I walked into Nana's room to wake him up, I found him sleeping in Nana's bed. I lifted the blanket to wake him up. I was stunned. He was sleeping in Nana's dhoti and blouse. For more videos, subscribe our channel. Eduskill by Pritesh Vadgama.